Hello and welcome to A Nerd's Journey. I'm your host Mark, and in this video it's going to be week 3's results, what's happened in the last week, where we are and what we're going to be looking at going forward. As always, if you'd like to follow along with this journey, please do hit subscribe and you'll be notified when new videos come out. And if anybody you know would benefit from these videos, please do share it with them. So let's get started. First thing to talk about is it's nearly Christmas. It is the run up to Christmas. So first things first, Merry Christmas to everybody who's watching this. And I hope you're going to have a fantastic time and also a safe time off this year. And one of the things to note about Christmas is in normal years you have office parties and office drinks and dinners with friends and all the rest of it. In this one this year there'll be some of that, but a lot less I imagine. But don't stop taking the odd treat here and there and planning that into your journey. There is no reason why you can't enjoy Christmas fully, but still be mindful of the journey you're on. And for me, this week has been one of those. It's been very busy at work. You know, there's been ice and snow, so walking the dogs has been difficult on certain days. But also, we got a surprise Christmas gift from two of my friends, which was a lovely prepared in a box meal that then you cooked at home, which was, I think, probably the most unhealthy thing I've had in years, but it was absolutely lovely and a fantastic gift, and there was no way I wasn't going to enjoy it. And yes, shamelessly I did. It was a Philly cheesesteak thing with tater tots and snacks and all sorts. But my advice is just be aware of it. Don't kick yourself. Don't treat it as falling off the wagon. It is one of those things that this is always going to be a particularly hard time of year. Enjoy it. Just be mindful that whatever you overeat on and put on this week, you're going to have to then actually lose again going forward. So Christmas. Enjoy it, have a fantastic time, and I hope your holidays are brilliant and filled with good food and good company. Just be mindful, be careful, and just be aware that you are taking in extra calories. They're not hidden, they're blatantly obvious, particularly in the case of my lovely present, but be mindful of it. So, accountability. Where are we with week 3? The bad news is I did put on 1.5 pounds this week, and that is mainly down to overeating last night and the weigh-in being this morning. So not unexpected, but also not something I'm particularly concerned about. As I've said a few times in this, although I'm tracking the weekly, I'm much more interested in how I'm doing over the month, and next weekend will be the month. So my current weight, which should be on the screen somewhere here, is 285 pounds, which is 1.5 pounds up from last week. Now, it still leaves me in the obese category rather than the morbidly obese. So I'm still mentally okay with that, and I am still okay with the fact that I have lost 15 pounds so far this month. So all in all, not the best week, but also something I'm not overly concerned with. The week went quite well despite ice and snow and walking dogs less because of a busy week at work. So this coming week, it's really a case of doing more of the same, and I'll talk about that in a second. So up 1.5 pounds, which is 700 grams. Total weigh-in is 285 pounds and a BMI of 38.7, so still under that BMI threshold of 40, which is quite good. On the plus side, I did actually try some new trousers on this week, and I actually got into a 48-inch waist. I don't think I was wearing those at the end of my school time, never mind any time since, so that is a really good thing. So all in all, a little bit of a bad week, but I did thoroughly enjoy the Christmas presents, so I make no apologies for that. And then it's just a case of being mindful with everything else. So pound and a half on, not the best, but also a good week. So focus. What's my focus in this next week? I'm very mindful that my exercise in this last week was less than I would normally do. So I did concentrate more on the food, apart from my Christmas presents. This week I'm going to be trying to do more dog walking. It's still a bit cold and icy and dark in the mornings to go for long walks like you do in the summer, but walk a little bit further, walk a little bit faster with the dogs. Both they and my health will appreciate it. So that's going to be a big focus this week. I'm also going to try and do an extra couple of sessions of either yoga or rowing, just to make up a little bit for last week's rise in weight. Keep the focus on the, and I still hate it, clean food. So again, veg, chicken, cutting back on the sauces and things, as I have been doing for the last couple of weeks. So this is week 3, and it's a case of, I think the food bit at the minute is going quite well. I'm slightly under my maintenance calories every day. I'm doing quite well with that, so I should be losing weight each week without doing anything daft. The exercise, the first couple of weeks I was doing more. The tail end of that week and this week, ice, snow, a little bit less. So I need to kick it back up from an exercise point of view to where I was in the first couple of weeks, and keep the food clean and tidy in terms of the sauces, the hidden sugars and things that you get in there. So really the focus this week is more of the same. Just hope there's no more Christmas presents of food deliveries coming in, because although it was brilliant and I ate it unashamedly, it obviously had an impact on this week. So that's where we are. That's where the focus is. As always, I'll redo the TD calculator before the shopping and keep the focus on there. So that's week 3. A pound and a half up, but a fantastic meal last night, so I can't complain too much. And it's just a case of being mindful and keeping that focus through Christmas and New Year, so that I have a couple of cheat days at Christmas rather than it turning into 3 weeks of cheating. And that's really my focus for this Christmas period, is keeping it to a point where I'm going to enjoy Christmas dinner. I'm going to enjoy, a cooked breakfast on Christmas morning. I'm going to enjoy all those things. I'm probably going to have some chocolate and some sweets, but I'm going to keep it to the sort of bare minimum in terms of Christmas Day and Boxing Day, rather than treating Christmas as an excuse to have 2 weeks of binge and effectively be all the way back at the start of the month in terms of where I am. So week 3, all good, a little bit of weight on, but understandably, and this week is about focusing on keeping the food understated, lacking the sauces, cut out those hidden sugars, and trying to get the exercise up a little bit on where it was last week due to weather. So focus, that's my goal. Not the best week, but also not the worst, because the dinner last night was lovely. So James and Tracy, thank you very much. And last but not least, thank you very much for joining me on this journey and watching the video. As always, subscribe if you want to know more and follow along, as the videos are released twice a week. And if anybody you know could benefit from this, any advice, please do share it with them, and potentially even leave a comment, and I'll try and incorporate any comments into the videos going forward as well. So from me, a very Merry Christmas to everybody, and thank you very much for all the support people are showing. It really is appreciated. Thank you.